Hiya, it's Carly from Kip McGrath in Carlisle, and today we're on noun phrases. So we've already looked at all of our different word classes, so a quick reminder, noun is our thing, our object. It could be an animal, and for it to be a common noun, it's going to have a small letter. Okay, so noun phrases are a collection of words surrounding our noun that describe the noun. So they're going to have a few adjectives in there. Now, children often fall into the trap when they're writing a noun phrase of adding in a verb. Obviously, when they're doing their writing properly, they will want to add a verb. But to understand what a noun phrase is, it must not have a verb, because if it has a verb, it becomes a sentence. Without that verb, it is just a phrase, a string of words describing our noun. Okay, so I've popped 4 little nouns on here, and I'm going to chat you through some examples of ways we could turn things into a noun phrase. So a common way would be to just pop some adjectives in front of something. So for our elephant, we could have large, grey elephant. And I popped a comma in there because we've got a list of adjectives. Okay, so large grey elephant would be a noun phrase. It's all describing our elephant. Okay, our lady, so we could describe our lady and we could do something very similar to the one above, or we could do something a bit different. So the lady with the pink umbrella. So all of that is still just describing our lady. It doesn't have a verb because it hasn't said what she's doing. So we're okay there. It's a noun phrase. The lady with the pink umbrella. House, okay? How can we describe our house? Again, we could probably look at putting some adjectives in there. Creepy. Sorry, that's very faint. Let's try again. Creepy. Crooked house. And as we're doing things like this, we could be discussing with the children that there we've got an example of alliteration because we've popped in 2 things that start with the same sound. Cr. Okay? So, creepy, crooked house would be a nice noun phrase. Obviously, we've got a little bit squashed up, but you can imagine that one. Okay, our apple. Now, the trap is the children would say the apple was juicy or something like that. That becomes a sentence because was juicy, was is our verb, okay? And so that isn't a noun phrase. But we could have the juicy apple, and that's absolutely fine because that is just a phrase and there's no verb in there. So those are some examples of noun phrases. So a good game to play with this one is just to write down a lot of different nouns on some paper and see if the children can come up with different noun phrases without having a verb in there. So we could mark them for the number of times that they manage to do it without a verb, and they could get some points for that, or stars or something like that. Okay, so your noun phrase, always describing our noun, so it focuses around our noun. It could be a string of adjectives, or it could be a little bit more of an extended phrase like this one here. But the idea behind it is that there isn't a verb because it is a phrase, it's just a few words and it's not a full sentence. So that's a little bit about noun phrases. Thanks.